Leave Bob Chapek alone. Okay, I know there are a lot of Disney Parks fans out there that absolutely hate Bob Chapek and the job that he's been doing as the CEO of the Walt Disney Company. In fact, they've been promoting a lot of stories on social media. Even some mainstream media has picked it up right now. Petitions out there to get him fired. Obviously, that's not going to be happening, particularly after the financial results that Disney just reported today. Chapek just reported that Disney Parks had its second best quarter ever. We're talking operating income of nearly $2.5 billion for the Disney Parks segment in the first quarter of its fiscal year 2022 alone. That's actually the last 3 months of calendar year 2021. Disney's doing great financially right now. But it's really interesting to me, the anger that's specifically directed towards Chapek, because Chapek is not the head of Disney Parks. Chapek is the CEO of the Walt Disney Company. If you know anything about how big corporations like this are operated, I mean, he's not micromanaging the price of churros at Disney World. He's not micromanaging the development of Disney Genie Plus and what particular attractions are listed as individual Lightning Lane or Disney Genie Plus or not at all. That stuff is handled within the Disney Parks segment. And Bob Chapek isn't the head of the Disney Parks segment. That's Josh D'Amaro. So if you've got a problem with Disney Parks right now, Josh D'Amaro should be the person that you're talking about, not Bob Chapek. It's interesting to me, a lot of people also are talking about, oh, the parks were so much better when Bob Iger was in charge. Well, who was running Disney Parks when Bob Iger was the CEO of the Walt Disney Company? Yeah, it was Bob Chapek. So unless you believe that the head of Disney Parks is just an empty suit who does nothing but rubber stamps the orders of a micromanaging Disney CEO, it just doesn't make sense. I mean, let's face it, I've been around this for a long time, and I remember when Iger was the CEO at Disney, all the Disney Parks fans weren't complaining about Iger, they were complaining about Bob Chapek at Disney Parks. So, apparently back under Iger, if you had a problem with Disney Parks, it was the fault of the Disney Parks segment chairman. Now it's the fault of the CEO of the Walt Disney Company. Folks, 2 years into this pandemic, it has screwed things up for a lot of companies, a lot of things out there. Is that Bob Chapek's fault? No, it's not. Is it even Disney's fault? No, it's not. I mean, the simple fact is, if Disney had operating income of nearly $2.5 billion in the quarter, increase over, 7.3 almost $billion in revenue, there are a lot of people out there who are voting with their wallets, voting with their spending, saying, hey, we like what we see from the Disney parks right now. We love those attractions. We love those characters. We love that environment. We love the food. We love the entertainment. Even if the experience is not completely back up to what it may have been before the pandemic, we like what's happening there. So there are a lot of Disney Parks fans who are still coming back to the Disney Parks, and that's one of the reasons why they're succeeding so well. Now, look, I mean, I've got some things in common with Bob Chapek. I will admit that. I mean, we're both named Robert. We both grew up in Indiana. We both have master's degrees from Indiana University. Unlike Bob, I have hair. Unlike me, Bob has a crap ton of money. So I'm not going to tell him how to run the business because I'm running a website and he's running the Walt Disney Company. Clearly, he's good at this stuff. But if you still don't like what's happening with Disney, fine. It's your money. Take it someplace else. And I think this is what I'm getting at when I'm telling people, leave Bob Chapek alone. Okay, yeah, I'm calling back to an old meme there, further dating myself on the internet. But the fact is, if you're upset with what's happening at Disney, don't waste your time getting angry, creating a whole bunch of negative energy in yourself and in the people around you. Don't create all that negative energy and anger towards Chapek. Find a better way to direct your energy. If you don't like what's happening at Disney right now, take your money elsewhere. There are some amazing themed entertainment attractions elsewhere in this country, elsewhere around the world, that will bust their rear ends to get your business right now. And if you're like, well, no, only Disney, I don't like Universal, I don't like SeaWorld, I don't like anything else, it's like, Have you looked? Have you really taken a look, or are you just so bought in to the brand loyalty that you won't consider anything else? And Galaxy's Edge, the guy who is in charge of all of that, the portfolio executive for Walt Disney Imagineering for Galaxy's Edge, Scott Trowbridge, you know where he used to work? Universal. The guy who's kind of the creative leader over at Universal Creative right now, done so many of the projects, Harry Potter, and the guy who did that, Terry Koo, you know where he used to work? Walt Disney Imagineering. Pretty much anyone you know who is involved in this industry from a creative perspective has switched sides at one point or another in their career. If they haven't, it's just because they haven't yet. This industry is built on collaboration. It is built on looking around and seeing what everyone else is doing, getting inspired from any and all sources, being open to any and all sources, listening to what a diverse and growing chorus of voices have to say, enjoying that, being inspired by that, building upon that. And as a consumer, you should be open to being inspired by all of that too. Never limit yourself to one brand name, because if you're doing that, you're captive. You're a hostage to that brand. They can raise prices, they can cut services, they can shrink portion sizes, they can close attractions, and they'll get away with it forever because you're not willing to look at anything else. So leave Bob Chapek alone. Forget about that. If you don't like what's going on at Disney, this is the moment to get out there and look and see what other companies have to offer you. Look and see what other attractions have to offer you. Look and see what other entertainment has to offer you, because there are a lot of ex-Disney people out there creating that for a whole bunch of different brands. And they would love to have some of their former fans from Disney come over and pay attention to what they're doing. This is the stuff we're covering all the time on ThemeParkInsider.com, because it's not just Disney. It's not just one brand of theme parks. It's theme parks and, frankly, themed entertainment all over the world. One of the things we covered last summer was north of Chicago at Ravinia Festival. Great little immersive theater attraction about the life of Leonard Bernstein, Bernstein's Answer. Who created that? We've had him on the podcast before. Bob Rogers, BRC Imagination Arts. It was his team that did that. Where might you have heard or seen something by Bob Rogers before? You been to Epcot? Impressions de France? He produced that. He did a lot of work for Disney. That's where he got his start. Started with Disney and moved on. So many stories like that throughout the industry. So even if you're just at, a concert venue outside of Chicago and there's this funny little theater there that you can go to before a show, that's Disney quality entertainment. It's all around the world waiting for you. Now, does this mean you shouldn't go to Disney? Heck, if you love it, go for it. If you love other stuff, I love Disney. I got my start in this industry there. I continue to go to Disneyland. I continue to go to Walt Disney World. I can't wait to get back to Tokyo Disney. I want to see Shanghai Disney. Great entertainment, but I don't limit myself to that. So leave Bob Chapek alone. Look at what's happening around in the world. Look what's happening at the Disney theme parks. There are a lot of people out there who are loving what's happening right now. There are a lot of people who can't afford it anymore. There are a lot of people who are looking for something else, but go look for something else. Don't just limit yourself to Disney. There are so many opportunities as the world begins to open back up. Travel begins to open. Hopefully, this will be the time when it really sticks and we really can get things opened up for good again. And when it happens, I am just looking so forward to whatever is out there that will entertain me and inspire me and get me thinking and get me dreaming and wondering. And if it's from Disney, great. If it's from something else, great. I just want to have that experience again, but I don't ever want to limit myself because I might miss some of those experiences if I do. So that's why I'm saying, one last time, leave Bob Chapek alone. Don't like what's happening at Disney? Don't get angry at the man. Go find some inspiration. Go find some magic someplace else, because it is so many different places in the world right now just waiting for you.